Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Talegian, San Gabriel Valley Tribune, San Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group football writer, joined by San Gabriel Valley Tribune prep sports editor Fred J. Robledo. Freddie, we got a big one taking place on Friday night in Laverne, the season opener, the much anticipated season opener for a much improved, so we think, Damien High School Spartans football team. They will be hosting Diamond Ranch, which has already played a loss last Friday to Chino in a game where I guess a lot of people were saying Diamond Ranch didn't do itself any favors in terms of mistakes. This is a pretty big game, Freddie. I mean, Coach Gano, he's feeling the heat after only two seasons.
You said big game. It's more important for Damien than I think it is Diamond Ranch. Roddy Layton's pretty established over there. You know, they've had slow starts before. They've overcome slow starts. He's done that and taken them to the championship games. Coach Gano, they brought him over there, over to Damien Aaron for one reason. That's to win. That's to win league titles, to compete for division champions. That's what he did at Los Altos. He won 4. This is the pressure year because they've got to start winning. They've got to show, and I think in this game right off the bat, what kind of a team they are. I don't think
we need style points.
Yeah. Another slow start is not going to do it because a lot of people. With the off-season acquisitions that they got Uriah Traylor. Yeah, I'm going to call them acquisitions. Uriah Traylor and Trayvon Boykins, 2 guys from Paraclete who were both sophomores last year on that championship team, are now in Damien's backfield with Jalen Castile, a good returning back. And their quarterback, Enrique Saldivar, he's got a year under his back. He feels like,
he's got some weapons to find.
Yeah, some weapons and some people around him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, everyone I think you've talked to, we've heard, they haven't looked that good in scrimmages and some practices. I've heard people say there's still a lot of questions over there.
Right.
That's why I think this game on Friday is really important to answer those questions. I mean, this is live. We're going to find out.
Right.
Diamond Ranch had a tough game. They struggled last week and lost.
Right.
It's a game Damien has to win, and they have to win at home, Aaron. They've got to get off to a good start.
Right.
There's no doubt about it.
A couple other guys to mention that Damien got in, Freddie. Alex Hernandez from Charter Oak, the defensive tackle. He's going to make a big impact, and A.B. Miller transfer, Jonathan Lyles, he'll be at cornerback, which is a position that Damien really needed some help at last year. On the outside, on defense, they needed some speed. They think they've gotten that, but something that you brought up, Fred, is that Damien in their scrimmages. Well, the scrimmage that I saw them against was Bonita, and what concerned me most was Damien's offense looked like it was going nowhere on Bonita's defense. Well, as it turns out, we've seen
his defense wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I think that Bonita's win over San Dimas and the way they played on defense actually flatters Damien going into this game. So, and not to mention, Coach Gano said he really was not showing too much in that scrimmage against Bonita. Now, we talk about Diamond Ranch. I mean, this is a team that, like you said, they are now 2 seasons removed from being in the CIF Southeast Division Championship game in back-to-back years. My issue with them, Fred, and this is another team that there's been a lot of buzz on this summer, and it wasn't all good. My issue with them is that in years past we've seen Diamond Ranch. They have 2 or 3 playmakers on offense, 2 or 3 guys that can get into the end zone at any time. This year, I think that number is down to just about 1 with receiver Andrew Fisher. Now, this is a team, like you said, Coach Roddy Layton always gets them better as the season progresses, but they have a new quarterback in Isaiah Locke. And wide receiver Andrew Fisher, I mean, is their main weapon. Who knows if they can pound the ball like they have in years past?
Right, you don't know. And you talk about years past, Aaron. The thing that the last few years, they've gotten progressively worse, which is kind of surprising. I mean, they went to back-to-back championship games. I thought the first team that they had against Charter Oak was their best team.
Oh, they were very
good. Got there,
right.
And they got there again. And we thought last year, with Charter Oak leaving the Southeast and going to the Sierra, Diamond Ranch should be able to pick up where they left off and maybe compete for a title. It didn't work out that way.
No, it did not.
And this year, there's not a lot of buzz that they're going to get back again,
get
back to that title game.
Right.
So I think this is, although Layton's established and he's taken teams to titles, I think he wants to get it going a little bit again too. I don't think they want to take any more steps back than they already have. So
right. Now,
it's important from that perspective.
Up until last year's win by Damien in the season, they played last year in the season opener, and Damien was able to pull away from them in the fourth quarter. Up until that point, as you'll recall, Layton had actually had a pretty good record against Coach Gano. When they played each other at when Los Altos, when Gano was at Los Altos and they were in the Miramonte League.
Well, 2 years, right?
Yeah, but well, I mean, still, I mean, that's saying something. Those were good Los Altos teams that Diamond Ranch got wins over. So There is a little bit of a coaching rivalry going on there. Like I said, I saw last year's game. Damien was very vanilla on offense. They didn't have a lot of playmakers. I covered that game. They pulled away late using their running game. I think their running game is going to be pretty darn good again this year, Fred. I see them pulling away late again. Well,
you see who pulling away late?
Damien. I said late, but I'm thinking maybe closer to late second quarter as opposed to fourth quarter. That Damien starts to pull away. I think they're going to get a big win, and I think they're going to do it.
I agree with you, Aram, and I think that it's going to be a big win. I think they're going to come out, they're going to establish their run game, they're going to move the ball, they're going to score points fast and take care of this game early. I really do. Even though they're, say what you want to say about how they did leading up to this. I just think that they're ready. There's too many good impact players that we've talked about for them not to be good. I mean, this is up to the coaching staff now to coach them up. I think they've got some of those pieces in place. Now it's time to show it, and I think they're going to show it on Friday night.
Okay, well, there you have it. That game is going to be taking place at Damien High School at 7 p.m. on Friday night. Damien will be hosting Diamond Ranch. Fred and I both have Damien big in that game. Get out there and watch it anyways, because they don't play the games here on the set of Prep Extra Live, Freddie. They play them actually on the field. That's Diamond Ranch 0-1 at Damien 0-0. Should be a very fun environment. Get out there and enjoy it.